right. And the boss battle. There we go. Okay, yeah. So now I have to wait for it. Oh, damn. Hang on. Oh, I'm gonna have to be patient with this, so I gotta wait for it to, yeah. Okay. There we go, got him. Okay. Got him. Alright. Yeah, so I guess that's basically it. That's everything I have to say. Obviously, yeah, not much, but then again, I just started playing Pikmin 2, and I said it, the things I like, but now that's enough to make it a two-parter now. So yeah, so now another thing I want to talk about. I just want to talk about, like, just my time in Rhode Island. So obviously you guys know that my time there has been great. Everything went really, really well. Besides that one accident that happened to me, although that one was like nothing really. I didn't have to do surgery or anything. Like I said, I wore a special slipper to straighten the bone out, and yeah, I just did naturally. My foot feels normal now, like just as it was before. So you could say this whole thing, like, it was like, it's as if it didn't happen. Although I could say that, you know, I do believe that everything happens for a reason. You could say that this accident that happened to me was kind of something that had to happen to me, because, like, so then I would have left the state, like, a bit earlier on Wednesday instead of leaving on a Friday, and maybe it would have been easy for me to go through, like, you know, because they didn't mention, I actually didn't talk about this, but you know when I said I was going to go to TSA, and like I said I didn't have my ID with me, because at the time I had a temporary ID that was paper, they said that they wouldn't, they said it was not acceptable, so they had to get another card that has my name on it, which I gave them, but then they had to like go through a thorough checking, like they had to literally look through all the items I had in my bag and stuff. So basically, it took like 30 minutes longer going through TSA than it needed to be, but of course I didn't miss my flight or anything. But the thing is that, yeah, when they said that it was like TSA approved to have that, it kind of was. I mean, maybe the person that gave me the temporary ID didn't know, or maybe it was just a TSA bungling, I guess, I don't know. The point is though is that my government is not really that efficient when it comes to stuff like this, and yeah, I should have known. But then again, I didn't expect them to take my ID and like my Florida ID and never give it back to me. I thought like they'd give it back after they set everything up. I didn't know about that. If I didn't know about it, I would, you know, get my new residency ID card, you know, maybe a lot later than like, I mean later, I mean like earlier, you know, so I wouldn't have to go through, like I have to wait 2 weeks for them to make the card. So yeah, I didn't know that it would happen that way. If I would have known before, I would have done it early. But the point is, though, is that I didn't know, but I did it. But I still went through TSA, and I got my card with me, so everything worked out well. But you could say that this accident kind of had to happen to me because, like, because maybe I would have went to a not so trustworthy TSA officer. Maybe he wouldn't let me on the plane. He'd be like, listen, we don't trust you with that ID, so we're not gonna let you on the plane. He probably would have said that to me, I guess, if I went on Friday, but maybe I went to Wednesday one, and the TSA officer was very nice, I guess, so he was able to let me through. That kind of thing. So maybe he had a better time, an easier time than if I'd gone there early. So you could say that accident kind of was something God probably did to me, so that I would leave the state early, that kind of thing. That's what I believe, really. you could say that it was just a coincidence, really, but I don't really mind thinking it that way. Because like I said, this accident didn't really do anything to me. I didn't have to do surgery, didn't have to do anything. I just had to wear a slipper for a few months, which I was okay with, you know. It wasn't that big of a deal. So yeah, you can say everything worked out in the end, you know? Anyway, so yeah, and the thing I want to talk about, me living in Rhode Island, obviously, like I said, things have been going great, but there's one thing I want to mention. I'm just curious. For those of you guys who... Well, oh, okay. Yeah, I know how to do it, but I just can't skip it. I know. Yeah, it's introductory. I'm aware it's a early Wii game, so of course you gotta explain to kids about how to do it. And not just the kids, even anyone that haven't played a Wii game. Obviously, I've played this level so many times. Yeah, after doing a lot of those other levels where it's like a lot harder ball thing, like this is nothing. I can just go through like this. Okay, where? Oh yeah, go. Ah, jeez. You know what? I'll just go this way. Yeah, we're gonna go the hard way, right? I mean, it's not really that hard, but I would prefer the one that you just jump. It's just those hills are just kind of a bitch to navigate, you know? Anyway, there you go. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so I just want to talk to you guys, like, I'm just wondering, like, obviously, you know, like, the college I'm going to, Johnson & Wales, is located in Providence, and Providence is a really nice city, I have to say. Far better than Tampa, but I am aware it does have some problems, really, like, sometimes there are some, very, like, at least, like I said, where the university is located, there's some homeless and, like, beggars here and there, which I don't really mind. Obviously, like, when I'm near college campus, obviously there's some that interact, but I don't really, like, you know, give them money or anything, because here's the thing, like, when there are those who are, like, begging that's next to a college campus, you don't really want to do that, because then it would attract, you know, these people again next to a college campus. Like, here's the thing, I don't really mind doing charity when it's not next to a college campus, you know, when it's, like, far away from, like, a public street, is what I'm trying to say, but because there are those that hang around college campus, I try not to pay attention to them, because, like, when they're next to a college campus, they could be a safety issue when it comes to other students, and also, like I said, it's loitering, and, you know, that's also not really a good thing, so, you know, I have, obviously, like I said, it's not me being against the poor, it's just that, if you want to do something like that, you gotta do it at a public street, you don't do it next to a college campus, you know, so that's kind of, like, what I want to talk about, is, like, obviously, like, there is stuff like this on the campus. It's still a pretty secure campus. Like I said, there's campus security and stuff, and also you can't go into any of the school buildings unless you have a student ID card. So yeah, not anyone can go and enter. You have to be a student in order to do that. And so, oh, this one's available. And so I just wanted to say is that, like, I'm just wondering, for some of you guys who live in... Okay, yeah, now my uncle's on my way, but I can wrap this up. It's 6:55 right now, 6:56. So I just want to say to you guys, for those of you who live in Denver or Boston, if it's sort of the same thing, like I mentioned in Providence, the campus that I'm at, you know, Johnson & Wales, where you also do encounter these people, because I am aware, when I chose Rhode Island as my home state, it's technically, it's not as, like, has a high human rights or, like, you know, health index as, say, Massachusetts or Colorado. I'm aware it's kind of lower compared to these two, but it's still really, really good. But like I said, I chose that state because, like I said, Colorado kind of executed someone in the 1990s, and as for, like, Massachusetts, it still has that neoliberal, like, tinge to it, like, say, when they voted for Hillary over Bernie, and also, like I said, when the Massachusetts jurors condemned the Boston bomber to death penalty, therefore it's like Massachusetts like condemning someone to federal death penalty. It's a federal death penalty, but still, it's like your own citizens like just approving that punishment. Hence, that's kind of the few reasons why I was like, yeah, I have to choose Rhode Island for this. Also, Rhode Island doesn't have any federal prisons in that state, so that's good. Because federal prisons are very inhumane. So, I mean, Massachusetts has federal prisons, and Colorado, obviously, ADX Florence had notorious prison there. So, yeah, that's kind of one reason why, like, you know, I had to have, you know, I chose that state. So anyway, like, you know, this one's moving kind of slow. I think the star is just right over there, so maybe I could just do it and then call it. Anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of why I chose Rhode Island. But I'm just kind of wondering, for you guys, do you still encounter like a few homeless people or beggars in like Denver or Boston? Like, leave it in the comments because I'm curious. Because I always say that I hope I chose the right state to live in, and I just wanted to know if even the big cities in these states do have the same problems as like Rhode Island. So then I would know it's not like a state or city thing, it's an American thing, that kind of thing. Because obviously I've been to Vancouver, and Vancouver, like I said, it's in Canada, it's not America, but even that British Columbia, well, Vancouver City also has, you know, homeless people and a few beggars and stuff. And there is this one like notorious like, you know, area where there's like a one big street where the homeless and the drug addicts kind of congregate. So yeah, so there is this one sickly area that is in Vancouver, and it's in Vancouver in Canada, and like it's in Canada, it's not the United States, but yeah, like I said, it's a big city thing, you know. Oh shit. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, yeah, so I'll get that star and I'll call it. This is my uncle showing up. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about, and I just say to this. I mean, I just talk about it because I'm just afraid that what if I'm like walking like in Providence, that I would encounter a mugger or just some mentally ill person and they attack me, that kind of thing. Hence why I'm like talking about it, just in case so God forbid it doesn't happen, because I mean if it does happen, I mean if it's just a altercation, like, you know, but nothing is stolen from me, I don't have to tell my parents about it. Of course I'll probably have to call the police about it just to report the person because they would be dangerous to others, but I wouldn't have to tell my parents about this. I could just leave it a secret. But if something's stolen from me, like credit card, like my wallet or something, then yeah, I'd have to tell them. And how it's stolen, if they like have a knife or something, they're like, give me your money, well then I'd have to give them my wallet, you know? That's how it's gonna go. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Hopefully it doesn't happen to me, but I just want to tell you guys this, and tell you some of you guys who live in Denver or Boston, if the same things I'm talking about do happen in these cities, so then I would know that, okay, it's a thing that's gonna happen everywhere. So that's what I want to talk about. You know, hopefully, like, things will go well for me when I go back, because I'm gonna go back sometime at the end of August, and look forward to more Princess Evangel. There will definitely be more gameplays of that, because like I said, it's hard to come to my uncle's house and stuff, and also have other new games I'm playing. That's why it's kind of like this. But yeah, I'll just say look forward to more gameplay videos. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next gameplay series of Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragons, and of course, continuing playing Princess Evangel. Alright, bye everyone.